Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey and welcome back to episode 49 of my Satisfactory Let's Play series. In this video we finish off our new endgame factory, separating off some of the basic components in one of our older builds and sending it back via train keeps everything clean and running smooth. The Singularity cells will just go into a sink for now until we can get some of these final factory builds up and running. Thank you for all the support and help with the series so far. Let's get to playing games. And we are almost 50 episodes. Is that car going backwards? What is... Alright. We are almost 50 episodes into this series, and I am so much further than I was in the last one. And honestly, I think we can really just chalk that up to blueprints, because that has just been a total game changer for the playthrough this time around. But thank you guys for coming back once again. What is it? This might be episode 49, actually. We are going to finish off what we started last time, the dark matter crystal and the Singularity cell factory. So essentially, and I've actually changed my mind a little bit, shockingly. So the Singularity cells, we are still going to put those together at that factory. But what I'm going to do is, because I need iron plates, I need the nuclear pasta, and I need some concrete. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make all that at the nuclear pasta factory in the red sand desert, and then I'll just train that stuff over to the other factory, and then we'll put the 3 manufacturers down there, and we can put and we can build the Singularity cells. Would it make more sense to just train the dark matter crystal 60 per minute over to the red sand desert and then do it all over there? Sure, but I already set it up for the other way, and I don't want to change it around now. So we're just gonna get started with it. We've got some iron plates, some concrete. We'll hook that up to the feeder train, and then we'll go do the Singularity cells, and then we're going to talk about the next couple episodes that I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be doing basically a couple different diamond projects, because as far as I can tell, you need a whole lot of diamonds going into the end game. So I'm going to do 510 diamonds from oil, and then I'm also going to do another 420 coal from diamonds from coal, and then from that, we're going to use them for a whole bunch of different stuff going down the line. And then, eventually, we're going to make some packaged rocket fuel so that I can build a drone depot that's going to carry a bunch of stuff all around the map for me. But thank you guys again for being here. Let's head on over to my little factory. I guess we should probably get started in the red sand desert. So let's go to this launcher over here, and I will meet you guys over there. Alright, we are over here in the... Oh, I forgot there's the bonk sound that I love so much. Bonk. So we're here in the red sand desert. We got our nuclear pasta we made. I think we're doing 20 per minute, so we got that all set up, ready to go. I've got everything eventually. I went through and I upgraded all my belts and everything, and I overclocked all the refineries. So now there's just a whole bunch of lines of 1200. Actually looks really cool, the amount of stuff that's actually flowing through there. It's a pretty full factory, so everything's kind of flowing through there. That's ready to go. The only things we don't have hooked up yet are, this still needs to be brought, the fused modular frames and the radio control units. I've still just been hand feeding it for now because it's super easy, because they last for a while. But since I now have, as you can see, this train line coming out here, now I can actually go ahead and load those up on the other... I may load them up onto trains, or I may wait until we get this drone depot up and running, and then we may just send things around via drones, because I'm going to have 540 packaged rocket fuel. So that's going to be... I feel like that's enough for quite a few drones. So that's the train running in here. That's going to be taking the stuff from this factory to the other one. Basically the way it's going to work is the 2 back cars are going to be 300 concrete each. The second car right here, this is going to be the iron plates at 300 per minute, and the front car will be the nuclear pasta at 3 per minute. So that should, and then I just kind of filled it in with 3 cars, because that's basically the way the other train station works, is this is like the unloading for the other stuff already. So let's go ahead and we'll get this started. I do need to go... Oh, I need to watch out for this train coming through right here. Pardon me, sir. So there are actually... Oh. Okay, I'm going to go figure out what this train problem is really quick, but the whole thing we're doing right here is there's multiple... there's 2 pure limestone nodes here right underneath this factory that I'm going to be tapping into. And then there is also a pure iron node that I'm going to be using as well, because I need 450 iron ore, and then I need, I think it's 1800 limestone per minute, something like that. So yeah, let me just go double check what that train problem is, and we'll come right back here. Fun fact, it was this train that randomly just had its self-driving turned off. And it was just stopped at that block signal, even though it was green. And I don't know what happened. So it is now turned back on, and all my trains are running. Now, before I go back over, I just want to say it's a crazy amount of trains being running around in this world. Because in the update 8 playthrough, I think I used what, like 1 train, 2 trains. Now we have like, I mean, I don't know. It's got to be at least like 20 trains by now. A few tractors rolling around. No trucks though. And then my one factory cart just doing circles in front of the base. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe it's like a bug or something. We'll see if that ever happens again, but we can head back over to the factory now. Alright, so back here at the factory, I've got kind of a basic little working area set up here over by the one miner. So yeah, like I said, I need to bring in 1800 limestone, and there just so happens to be, I can actually see one of the limestone nodes right there. There's a pure limestone node right there, and that's also a pure limestone node right there. And I mean, there's just a bunch of limestone nodes around that I'm not using at all, so kind of worked out perfectly. And then we also need 450 iron ore, which should be also literally right here. That one's right there. I think that's the closest at 187. Yeah, so we'll use that one. So let's get miners hooked up on these. Let me hop down here. I'll start with the limestone. There may be a few guys to deal with down here. There certainly is. Let's bust out the old rifle. We'll give these guys a little, hey, how you doing? Did you want to be friends? No? Alright. That's fine. I'll take that. Actually, at some point, I think I have a just buttload of these animal parts saved up at some point. So maybe we should go ahead and turn them into like the DNA capsules, and then we can sync them for like a whole whack load of points and see what we get. Because honestly, I'm probably pushing pretty close to 1,000 at this point. Like I think I'm within, I'm definitely over 750 at this point. So yeah, so here's the one pure node, and then we'll do the other one as well. So we'll get those hooked up. We'll just pass them up through the floor. What do I need? I need 40 constructors for concrete, because I'm not doing the wet concrete one on this one, but this will be super easy. It's just 600 concrete that comes out. And then the iron ingots, we need 15 smelters and 15 constructors. So that's pretty straightforward as well. And I've built way too much floor space because it's way more space than I'm actually. I may need this side part for the concrete, because I'll do all 40 of the constructors. Although we do have a project coming up, because I am kind of running light a little bit on, definitely running light on power shards after overclocking this whole thing. But we are coming up within a handful of episodes on actually starting to automate power shards, which is pretty crazy. And I'm actually going to aim for doing 100 per minute, because they're like, you don't actually need that many for doing building stuff, but there's a recipe that I'm going to be using later on that is going to use quite a bit of the power shards, so I just wanted to make sure I have lots on hand. So let's go. We'll hit up this iron over here. Should be no one to bother me over here, I don't think. We'll get these miners sent up. We'll get these hooked up into the floor here, and then we'll start putting some machines down. Oh, I got to deal with people over here too? Figures. Alright, we got all our miners hooked up with some belts feeding them in, so I got 1,200 concrete coming in over here. I've got 600 concrete, no, 1,200 concrete's coming along the ceiling. I got 600 concrete coming in over here, that's my 1,800. And we will set up our 40 constructors for concrete here. And then towards the back side here, I've got my 450 iron ore coming in here. That's going to hit 15 smelters directly into 15 constructors. So that's going to be pretty straightforward. I'm just going to build a line of smelters that are going to feed directly into the constructors. And, you know, throw some lights in just to make this place look a little pretty. Looks like my walls are still having a hard time loading, but that's okay. And hopefully we should be able to get through this part pretty easily, and then we can get those Singularity cells running. And I just remembered we will also have to go back to the hub, because I haven't unlocked the recipe for Singularity cells yet. But we're gonna do it. We'll do that before we get back in there. So let's set the machines up for now. Let's start with the iron plates and everything over here. Just so I know how much room I have for the concrete constructors here. So I'm gonna just do it pretty much right here at the back of my cell. Do I have any room to add in a little bit more? No, I'm pretty much right at what's gonna be the edge of the factory here. So, do I have enough room to hover back here? Or enough power? Should, yeah, okay. Oh, just barely. Let me bring some of that power from right there over here. There we go, just so it fits a little better. So now I should be able to put in, we got our blueprints. We're gonna grab our foundries here. We got our pure stuff here. So let's go with the iron ore smelters non-stacking, because I don't think I even have enough room to stack stuff down here, but that's okay. Don't really need it. So we'll go maybe 2 in. Oh, no, that was 2 in. My bad. A bit like that. I wish I could turn them around because I'm going to have to send that iron ore all the way to the other side, but that's okay. So we'll just go... Actually, I'm going to end up tearing the one side of this off anyway, so that's fine. So we'll go like this. We'll just get all 15 down. And then I'll want to connect these up through here. I just do the Mark V belt like it is for everyone else. And then I want to come around to the back, and this is where things are going to change a little bit. I actually want to take all of these mergers off. So we're going to delete every single one of these. And every single belt in the middle. All those connections, get rid of those. And then now what we're going to do is, if I have the room for it, I'm going to just put the 15 constructors all in a row right in front of these, which I should... mostly have. So the only thing that's going to be a little weird is obviously you can fit about 2 smelters to 1 block, whereas obviously the other way the constructors aren't going to work that way. So let's see if I can get all 15 down, and I'll just have to kind of move some belts around as I need to. Actually, you know what? I want to make this look a lot cleaner. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to not use my blueprints here, so that I can actually place the smelters down right behind. So what I'll do is I'll actually place the constructors first. Let's say, let's mark, that's where the smelters would be. So I want to start the constructors from like right here. I did it. 15 constructors. I added in a little bit of extra room here, just so I had some more room to work with. And then I still left 1 inside so we can get around the outside here, and I didn't want to build so that it would cover up like all this stuff, because this doesn't actually clear the floor here. So now we've got 15 constructors here. Now we just have to put in 15 smelters in behind that. So we're just going to line those up all along here. Make sure everyone's lined up here, just like that. And then that way we have a nice, easy pass through just like that. So we set that to iron ingot. We set this to iron plate, and no one has to be underclocked or overclocked or anything, and this can just be a nice, clean, easy line to do. So now we'll just pop in the rest of the machines, hook up the belts, and then I'll have to run 15 splitters along the back here, and then we'll run this line all the way along the ceiling, pop it down, and it'll feed the line in a big manifold. There we go. That was pretty straightforward. A nice little time lapse for old time's sake. And honestly, I mean, I could have made that as a blueprint to save a little bit of time, but I mean, I feel like I did that so quickly that it would have taken me about the same amount of time to make a blueprint anyway. So we'll just get this hooked up to some power here. We'll just hook it up to this line down there for now. Let's get those up and running. So that is going to be my 300 iron plates all finished off for the day. We'll get that taken off our to-do list. Now we're going to jump into our concrete where I can actually use blueprints for this one. So I need 4 groups of 10 doing my concrete. I think it's what I'm going to end up doing is I'll do 2 groups of 10 on this side, 2 groups of 10 on that side. And then I'll just, because the way I'm feeding it is a little weird, because we have, what was it, 600 here and 1200 here. So I think what I'll do is I'll feed them, we'll figure out the split here, how to split it up as we go here. So let me actually just get the constructors down first. Let's grab, I don't know if I actually have any concrete ones, so I'll just use my plain ones for now. Alright, thanks to blueprints, yes, that was just the fastest thing I've ever done. Just kidding. But it is now 40 constructors down for concrete now, so the way this is going to work, I'm going to have to move this hole back a little bit here. Basically the way this is going to work is I'm going to need to... actually, I think to make this just easier, since they're both pure and they both can put out the same anyway, I think I'll just do 900 from each one. So we'll set this one to do 900 as well. I go to here, set that to do 900. And then if I set the other one to do 900, then I can just set up one line that feeds this side, which is this one, and then the other one can actually be taken away back to the other side here, and it can just feed down to this side, and then that should be everything split evenly the way I need it to. And then we'll have 600 concrete coming out from these 2 mergers here. That one there. And then those mergers here. Like that. And then that will be my 600 concrete coming out of here. I'll just put it coming out there for now. Actually, let me just do... Can I fit an awesome sink in here just to get it up and running? Instead of... Because I don't have... I need to get everything else up and running before the train. I kind of want to just turn everything on for now. Hell no, because I'll have to just set up sinks for everybody. Okay, so... Let's go ahead and... Let's see, are these all backing up? Okay, we got some iron plates going over there. We got the concrete. It's going to be coming out of here. So that is... Here, let me get those hooked up really quick and then we'll consider that done. Sorry, I just had to switch it from the darkness so you guys can see a little better. So this is, I'm going to end up splitting this up. So we'll have one line coming in here to this split. Oh, wait, is this feeding the wrong way? No, the input should be right here. Oh, that's why. I have the, this is set the wrong way. So this should be output to here. And then one can go in there, one can go in there. Wrap around to the outside, and that should feed that whole system evenly. Now I just gotta adjust where this actually is. There we go. So we'll have 900 limestone going there to make 300 of our concrete, and then we'll have 900 coming in here. We'll do the same on this side, and then we'll get this one hooked up. Or actually, yeah, I was gonna. Well, we'll send it over as one line anyway, just to save conveyor belts going over. But I'm gonna split this between those 2 train cars in the back. Then we'll do the 300 iron plates into that one, and then we'll do the nuclear pasta into the front one. So let's get this the splitters in here, same as we did the other side, and then we should be good to go. Alright, so I got the concrete going up and over the train. I'll probably move it so it's actually evenly split at some point. And we got our iron plates coming in over here, so now we'll just do our quick little organization, industrial storage, our little filler things. So we'll just throw a quick little... Is it facing the right way? No, it's not. Pop those all in there, so we need one for each one. This is just to keep the system from getting all backed up while the trains are loading. In case I ever forgot to explain why I do this. Pretty sure everyone knows by now, though. There you go, you got those thrown in there. So then we're going to have You know what? It honestly probably makes more... Actually, no, because it's up above, so it'll be fine. So we're going to go... We'll throw a splitter here. It's the only one that needs a splitter. That's going to go into there. Then that'll be 300 concrete each. And then this one right here, I will just do a lift up from here. Connect that up to there. That is my 300 iron plates per minute. And then this, I'm going to have to go upstairs and separate off 3 of my nuclear pasta per minute, but that's okay. So I'll just probably, it comes from all down there. So I think what I'll do, I send it down through that side, so I'll probably just face it this way. And we'll just run a very long belt to the other side of the factory to bring the nuclear pasta over. And then that should be everything loaded up and ready to go. Oh, right. So we got... I technically just did everything all at once. So concrete's done. Oops, it's the wrong spot. And then feeder train is also done. And then so now I'm going to hook this up so that the nuclear pasta is feeding in. And then I will... Actually, we should probably head back to the base, our home base, the hub, and unlock the Singularity cell. I'm going to have to buy a few things with my awesome tickets to actually unlock it, I think, but that should be fine. And then we can go back over to the factory and finish it off. Alright, everything is all flowing into the train. We're back here at the hub, and let's get things unlocked here for spatial energy regulation, which is where we get the Singularity cell from, which is where we also get our teleporters from that we're going to be using eventually, maybe. So I have all of these things ready. The only thing I don't have is the superposition oscillators, and I do have a build coming up for that. It is planned and ready and laid out for the most part. But for now, since I just need 100 to unlock the Singularity cells, and you don't actually use the superposition oscillators to make the Singularity cells, I'm just going to buy them for now. So let's head on over to our little awesome sink here and see what sort of points we're dealing with. I should have way more than enough to get everything I need. I have 827. Holy f***, that's a lot of coupons. I'll take 500 for now, that's fine. I've never even had this many all at once before, so... actually, yeah, we have it. I forgot they stacked in 500, because, yeah, we unlocked the... I've gotten the golden up before, at least. But I don't think I unlocked everything else, so I'm making sure we unlock literally everything. Every trophy, every little possible thing, we're doing it this time. So, let's come on over here to the awesome shop. I should be able to buy... I think it's under parts, right? So it would be these things, superposition oscillators. How many do I get? 50? Probably get 50, so I'm gonna buy, give me 2. Yeah, it was 50 each. Figures.
All FICSIT Awesome Shop purchases are purely intended for professional FICSIT employee business.
Alright, well, okay, well, let's get this all loaded up. We'll send this off, and then we can actually finish off the episode putting this factory together. I should have all these things in my dimensional depot. Let me grab them out. Okay, so I've got almost everything. I have the SAM fluctuators. I have all the radio control units. I'm just waiting for the dimensional depot upload to catch back up, because I could only pull out 250 at a time. And then the turbo motors is another thing we haven't actually fully automated yet. Perfect, they're in here. I was like, thank God. I was like, I hope I have 250. I have more somewhere. I can't remember where I left them. But that is another one of the projects coming up. So after this, like, diamonds, and so the reason I'm kind of putting off some of these ones is because I want to do them with the drone depot. And so I'm going to do the diamonds first, and then we'll do the packaged rocket fuel, and then we'll set up the drone depot, and then we're going to do things like turbo motors, and a superposition also, like a bunch of these other, a lot of my final builds of this series are going to rely heavily on drones, so I'm going to make sure I have those set up ready to go. So let's get this loaded up and sent off. That was 250, perfect. And then I just should be able to grab my last little bits of radio control units out of here somewhere. Here they are. We'll grab those out from there. Those in there, and we'll send this off. Perfect. What do you got for me, Ada?
Milestone reached. Instant travel between chosen locations will be possible as soon as the main and satellite portals are built and paired. Do not ask me how it works. Not because I don't understand dimensional dispersal theory and the cross-warp applications of liminal peer-regulated parallel fibrillator nanocells, for example. But because you do not need to know. You go in one end, you come out the other. It's a door. Thankfully, the construction of project part number 12, the ballistic warp drive, can be automated and requires no manual input from you, so I'd say we're relatively safe. If you disagree about my assessment of your capabilities, you are free to attempt a study and replication of either portal or warp technology. After you're done with project assembly.
Imagine you just take a portal and you just come flying out the other side dead, like sometimes you do in the human cannon launchers. It'd be so funny. What do you want? What do you look at me like that for? That's right. Okay, so now that we have Singularity cells unlocked, that is almost everything in Tier 9 except for the FICSIT Blueprint Maker Mark III, which honestly, there's a part of me that's probably just going to buy these things and unlock this just so I have it anyway, just for some of my future projects. But a lot of them honestly aren't going to be too crazy, so a lot of the stuff we've been doing recently, like the rated control units, some of the cooling systems even, and some electromagnetic control rods, a lot of those are actually used in the later game factories, so that's why I also want to get the drone station set up. Basically just fly around to all the factories I've set up, pull everything back, and then we'll be able to set up more of just an in-game factory that's just got a lot of drones feeding, bringing all the things in we've been setting up all along, all the extras, because I know a lot of people have been like, why are you making so many of this? And it's like, well, so I don't have to do it later on. Although I still have quite a few projects to finish off anyway, but that's okay. So let's head on over back to the original factory now then. We can head on out to the basically where the oil fields are, and we can put down just a handful of manufacturers. Once those iron plates, I don't know if I have the actual unload station set up for these things yet, so the train's probably just going to be rolling through with nowhere to unload anything. But once we get that set up, then we can just put down the manufacturers, we get the Singularity cells done, and then that's pretty much it. I'm just going to end the episode off by going to where I plan to build the diamond factories, and then that'll be it for today. Alright, back here at the OG factory, it seems like everything is up and running smoothly. See a lot of 100% ever around here, which is nice. It means my crazy giant loop of oil actually works. I wonder what like my Mac, I wonder if I could set up like just way more than like a 600 pipe. Like I wonder, like I'm thinking like how big of a loop of machines we could actually loop together, as long as you just keep spreading out like all the inputs for it, just kind of all the way along. I wonder like what the max would be like. I should try like if I have like a really big project I'm gonna do. We'll see how that goes though. Oh wait, I see some guys having some struggles here. What's going on? You don't have enough SAM. Oh, it's because the I think the train wasn't bringing enough over. That's probably why. Yeah, I'm waiting for that part to get caught up, but that's okay. So, once those, that's okay. That's gonna be slowing down these, right? The dark matter crystal, because this goes up here into these. Actually, not these ones. These ones make diamonds. It's these ones back here. Okay, yeah. So these ones are probably not running at 100%. I mean, these ones are, but... Wait, what? Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. So these ones are the ones not running at 100%. It makes sense. Okay, so I need to get some more... and to make sure the SAM is running through the train properly. But that's okay. Not a big deal. Biggest one actually is making sure these ones are working properly first, and then the SAM stuff is like a regular material, a lot easier to work with than fluids. Anyway, I've rambled. So let's get to doing these manufacturers. That's 3 that I actually need, and I'm going to do them right here because this seems to be the most. I added this little bit on because not really a whole. I mean, there's a little bit of room left over there, but not enough for 3 manufacturers. So I'm going to set this up in, well, I guess you know what I could do is I could just do, no, because see, you wouldn't be able to, you can't overclock one manufacturer to be 3, You can only overclock it to be 2.5, so we'll just do the 3. That's fine. So we'll grab. Do I have any blueprints for? I do. So manufacturers. This is going to take 4 inputs. So we'll grab this one right here. We'll just take this off blueprint mode. And then I'll just put these ones in here, and then I'll just slide another one in next to it, and then, I mean, that's super easy and everything's done. Alright, I forgot they got rid of stubby lifts in 1.1. So you can't make these anymore, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a bummer, but that's okay, not a big deal. Still work anyway, and we'll be able to see it, and it's because it's gonna be hidden behind everything anyway. So we'll just pop these in. This all hooked up. Take out all these extra conveyor splitters that I have here. Those ones out. And then, so we'll set these to do Singularity cells. No underclocking or overclocking required here. And then I just have to come to the back here, do the same thing we did in the last spot where we'll do the unloading here. We'll set up some storage bins, which we'll set them up right here. We'll do... God, those things are so loud. Just throw down some industrial storages right here. Just gonna line them all up with each other. One there, and one there. So this can be the nuclear pasta. That's the iron plates. And then the concrete I will merge back together into one line for here. Alright, I did it right. Okay, so we got the plates, concrete, and the nuclear pasta coming in here. So we'll just get those sent on over here. And then the dark matter crystal, we need 60 of those. Which I'll just take whatever machines are running out of hard copy. Can you Thank you. So that was funny timing. I'll just take whatever from over here that are actually running at 100%. Which some of them should be. It's not all of them should be running at not peak efficiency. Yeah, okay. So I'll take whatever ones are running at 100%, and I'll be able to snake out 60. So I'll probably end up turning this one up to normal, and then I'll just downclock one of the other ones a little bit more. Just kidding. That's why we had this marked. It's this one right here. This guy's our 60 right here. So this guy is currently feed into here. We're going to take this one out. Is this running 100%? No. Okay, maybe I'll switch to the 100% one over there. Just until I get this like up and running perfectly. Well, it doesn't really matter to be honest. So we'll be fine with this one. So we'll get this one sent over there as well. We'll probably just run it underneath. And then... Oh, we're pretty much done. So let me just get these hooked up. We'll get this turned on, and then we'll be able to see some Singularity cells coming out. Alright, we got everything hooked up, ready to go. The only thing we're still a little light on is the nuclear pasta, but I mean, they'll come over soon enough. I think probably what I might end up doing is I do have a bunch kind of in store. I don't even know, do I have some I can actually pull out of here? I do actually, oh my god. So I'm just going to add 250 nuclear pasta into the mix, because why not? There we go. Funnily enough, if you actually throw that into a sink, it'll give you 500 million points per minute for just a few seconds. Now, so those are now, should be good enough. That should be enough to keep these loaded up, ready to go now. So let's get these hooked up to power. And then we want to see the Singularity cells coming out the back here. Alright, power is hooked up. Why are you guys yellow? Or is it just because you need a minute to actually have things flow in? That's probably it. But they're all Mark 4 lifts or higher, so everything should flow in at the proper speed. Even the 200 concrete per minute. 100, yeah, that should all be fine. I think it just wants to actually get itself loaded up first. It's crazy that it uses an entire... Oh, right. Concrete stacks in 500. I was like, wow, it's crazy it uses an entire stack of concrete in one go, but... uses almost half a stack in one go, and uses half a stack of iron plates in one go. That's a lot. Singularity cells, you coming out? How long do you take to make? Oh. Okay, it's just a minute. Okay, that's not that bad. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be forever. Why is this one still yellow? You are not hooked up all the way. I don't know why that didn't connect properly, but it's still not connecting properly for some reason. Why don't you want to connect into the machine? That's weird. The rest of them hook up properly, and they're all in line, so maybe the lifts have changed. Maybe I'm just not aware of the changes to the lifts 1.1, but that's okay. So that means we got oh, there they go. I saw them for a second. There they are, the Singularity cells. They look cool. Look like little Death Stars. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now we got 30 of those coming up from it. That's pretty great. Okay, so that off our to-do list. And then now that thing's got stuff flowing in, that should work properly. Everything's all good back here. Alright, everything should be working now. I went ahead and I did fix the train as well for the SAM ore that was coming in. For some reason, I was like 100% positive I overclocked the miner, but I went back and apparently I didn't. So that's all set up and going now. So we got those coming in. This factory should be 100% efficient, and then now we need them. We can come back and grab some of this. I don't know if we're actually going to be using all 30 Singularity cells in future recipes, but we're definitely going to be using a big chunk of them. Oh, they look so cool. Yeah. Nice. Alright, cool. So let's end this episode off by heading on over to where I'm going to meet you guys next time, which is up in here. This is where my next big project is going to be, because there's a whole bunch of pure coal nodes here, and there's some pure and normal oil here stuff as well. So there's gonna be some, and there's a SAM node right here I think as well too, so we can end up making some time crystals. So let's head on over there, and I'll just kind of go show you quickly where I'm going to put things, and then we'll call it a day. Honestly, I wasn't even that far away, which is pretty cool. I think it's the bean bathing hole. That's actually kind of funny. So yeah, it's just an impure node right here, but you can still get 300 out of it, so we'll be able to make some time crystals here. And then, the whole reason, we got a nice looking tower there. The whole reason we're actually going to be coming here is because there is 1, 2, 3 pure coal nodes right here. Is it 3 or is it 4? I think it's 4 actually. So we're going to be using, no, it's 3. I think it used to be 4. That's probably what I think. So you got all the coal nodes here, and then I'm also going to be training in some extra coal nodes from up above there as well, because they're kind of all roughly at the same height anyway. So we'll bring those over as well. And then the oil nodes are kind of more off to this section, closer to where the green forest biome starts. And then, so we'll just kind of pump those over in pipelines. I'm not going to worry about training those in or anything. And then we'll kind of put that all roughly about in this. We'll put a big giant platform right here. And then some of those diamonds can be turned into time crystals with the SAM ore there. And then a bunch of the diamonds are going to be held on to for some future projects. So thank you guys again for hanging out for another episode. I'll see you guys here again for the next one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do down below. Leave a little comment. Join the Discord if you want. I'll see you guys in the next one.